Happy Monday. Thank you for joining me again. That was only 2 days, so this week's episode will have 5 days worth of content. So hopefully it's a lot more interesting and you can see a lot more on what goes on behind the scenes. This week there is a lot going on. Let's do it. I always like to keep this rough Muji paper pad beside me. It helps me write down what I need to get done for the day. I can check it off, keep track, and I can also make note of what I want to do later on this week. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna do a giveaway on Wednesday. Something I'm learning is that the majority of this job is just driving around and picking things up. Like, I'm not even joking. I think like 20% of my time is just driving around. Guys, I got these 2 huge boxes of cards. So excited! As I also ordered this polyester fabric print. Wow. It's not bad. Like, it's a bit more polyester feel than I thought. They've folded and sewn the top and bottom for me to put 2 dowels in, which is really nice. I used to have to do that all by hand. The only thing I don't like about it is that it looks a little bright. It's a bit too like fluorescent for me. I kind of wish it was like a more natural white, maybe like more of an off-white. And maybe that's just because it has like so much polyester. I don't know. This is what I bought. Drywall compound. And I have one of these things. I don't know what it's called. Like this. Oh yeah. This is very satisfying. You can start to see some of the texture. I don't know how I want this to look. And like, I didn't really think it through. So the styling board should dry for about 24 hours. I was thinking that it would be nice to put my compassion cards up on the shop with a blog post attached. I was thinking really hard about what kind of blog post it should be. I think it has to be personal. I actually kept a diary throughout my pregnancy last year. So as soon as I did the pregnancy test, there were a lot of emotions going on. I started writing down my thoughts, my feelings. Every single day just feels so new and so different. And obviously, especially if it's your first pregnancy, I tried my best to document all of that. I wrote in quite a lot of detail. I kind of want to go back, see if there was anything that really stood out to me, especially in January, and maybe write a blog post about how to comfort those who are grieving. I would highly recommend anyone who's pregnant to keep a journal of your pregnancy because it's amazing to read back just the ups and downs. I mean, like, I wrote a lot. Like, there is a lot in here, and I'm really glad I kept this journal. I rearranged my office last night pretty spontaneously with Alex. This kitchen island used to be against this wall and it had my computer on it. This used to be here under the mirror. Then I brought in the kitchen table that we got off of Buns. Moved the island there as more of like a workstation and assembly station. This works a lot better. I really like it actually, but we don't have any furniture in our kitchen anymore. Maybe 3 hours writing my blog post last night. I'm gonna spend a bit more time on it this morning while my mind is fresh. I'm hoping to send it out to people who have subscribed to my website. I kind of regret putting a subscription button. I don't really know what to do with the emails. I don't have enough content generated on my website, but the number one thing I hear is that people regret not having email lists early, so hopefully this pays off in the long run. Let's see. Hi, Sunny! Oh my gosh, they're so pretty.
I just got them from the wholesale.
Okay.
So
I am done my 3 styling boards. Microwaved my coffee for the 2nd time this morning. Gotta say, I am so not pleased with how these 3 styling boards turned out. I made 3 critical errors. Number 1 mistake, I used foam core. I had a lot of foam core at home, and so I decided to use that instead of buying a piece of plywood or getting something sturdier like a canvas. When the spackling dried, the foam core just curled up at the edges. That doesn't really help when you're trying to do a flat lay. Second, I didn't use a paint roller. I used a thick, bold paintbrush, and so you can see all the texture of my strokes, which I don't really like. I think a paint roller would have just made a much cleaner finish, especially because there's some really nice texture on the board anyway. Thirdly, I did not use acrylic paint as recommended. I just used bits of gouache and watercolor that I found lying around at home. Next time, I'm going to go to a paint store, pick the exact hue that I want, and just order one of those sample paint cans. I'm gonna take this as an experiment, and I think in 2 weeks' time, I will go out, get all the things I need, and remake these styling boards. I can show you what they look like. I still have to use them for my product shots because I still need photos in order to put them up on my shop. I don't like the color. I also don't like that you can see all my brush strokes there. I wanted it to be a lot lighter, like a very faint blue, but did not have enough white paint. I don't know, I just don't like this color. It's also really messy. And you can see the 2 bends on the board because I had to curl it back and it just obviously bent, so. Rookie mistake, guys. This is my 3rd styling board. I made like a gray one. I do kind of like that you can see the strokes a little because you can see the different tones of gray coming out. Oh, why am I losing my voice? This is just a noob job, guys. So I'm gonna do a wax seal on this envelope so I can take a photo of it. I'm using the Surebonder glue gun. It has a low heat setting. I use the low heat for whenever I do wax seals. This color is called Champagne Pearl from Artisaire. Perfect. A little air bubble right here, but that's okay since it was a practice run. So today I'm going to show you how I'm going to style my Mother's Day cards. It is going to be a little rough because, like you saw my styling boards, I do think it's important to invest in some nice styling props, but right now, because I don't have everything that I would like to have, I'm going to do a few of my own hacks. There's just so much natural light that's coming in. This is a styling board that I made by just taping some fabric on foam core. I have a piece of silk ribbon that I got from Our Vows on Etsy. So you can see here that this piece and this piece are raised a little bit. I've layered it so that there's a bit more visual dynamic. Most people use acrylic blocks. You can buy those online. I don't have acrylic blocks right now, so what I'm using is my 2 external hard drives. Current state of affairs. I'm sad that I ripped the flowers apart. So sad. Look at these guys. Got a huge package. These are boxes where the compassion cards will go in. Boxes on boxes on boxes on boxes. Unboxing on boxes on boxes. Just an absolute mess, and it's an absolute mess out there too with like all my broken flowers. This is why you should hire a photographer. This is not my expertise and it is quite stressful. I'm about to photograph my cards. When you don't tape them shut, they're not flat, like they come up like that, so it's hard to photograph them straight down when they're coming up. You want it to be like this. I used to use this tape when I did seating charts to make the lines, but what I do is I grab a piece of tape, I roll it up, and then I just tape it on the inside, and then it tapes shut like that. It is 11:30 p.m. I am wearing my bridesmaid dress for my friend Sally's wedding. She is postponing it, so a few of us got together and just video chatted in our bridesmaid dresses. It was just really hard taking photos and styling my product shots. Definitely I will hire a photographer, but for now this will have to do. It is incredibly messy in here, and I'm trying to pack away my storage supplies. It's just like a lot of stuff going on. Like, look at all this other mailing stuff I have here. Crazy. Today is just one of those days I'm gonna work in my pajamas. trying to take photos for my giveaway. I kind of just tiled it. So I just edited this photo right here and then I uploaded it to my Instagram, and now the giveaway is live. I told people to tag a friend who has encouraged them or uplifted them in the past. I just thought it would be a nice way for people to remember. Something I find is that this linen fabric, it looks really great, but sometimes in photos the fibers look really weirdly, like the pixels on the screen. So I'm going to go with something that has less of a dramatic fiber. I'm actually gonna iron out this canvas that I have. If this is not behind the scenes, I don't know what is. I just kept clicking away hoping that one of these will work out. I'm also going to edit them because right now, if I had a bit more capital and maybe not a pandemic happening, I would totes hire a photographer. This is going to be one beautiful bloom in a few days. Good morning, everyone. I actually stayed up until around 12:30 a.m. working on my website. There were a lot of things to edit. You know, Canada Post actually alleviated some of the shipping costs for small businesses yesterday. I was really thankful. My friend Denise is gonna come by today. She just got her MD, so she is a doctor. Here's what I got set up. I listed every single card on my website, but for each product, I had to write the description of the product and any variants. If they come in a set of 4, I had to adjust the weight and the pricing. I also finally published my blog post, 5 ways to show compassion. I added some more visuals, which I usually don't do, and I used Unsplash to get these images. I'm trying to use Pinterest to drive traffic to my site. There's nothing really enticing about a big orange block. This time around, I'm trying to get my thumbnails to be more interesting. So I redesigned it to be a more vertical layout and I added an image. Hopefully this is a little bit more visually interesting. Shout out to Eleni for supplying this month's coffee. She is this vlog's sponsor. Denise is here. Girl dropped off some bagels. She made me this bracelet. I absolutely love it. We could not wait until tonight, so. This flower is blooming and it is beautiful. It must be because the weather is so nice and warm outside right now. So I just had my mini launch party with Alex. We had pizza that we made. Fabulous. I made like this little insert. I'm printing that here at home. This is amazing. Alex is editing some stuff on my website for me using his coding magic. Hey guys, it's finally Friday, which means it is May 1st, which means my website is live. It's a bit underwhelming and overwhelming at the same time. I'm currently picking out my Instagram giveaway winner. I don't know how legit my method is. I found a website that allows me to export all my comments for $5. I can filter through it, take out anything that's like not a real entry, and then use a random number generator and select my winner. I'm gonna try to look into other options. Trying to read my Bible, but Sissy's here.
Oh, I look so good. Like, follow, subscribe.
Day 1 of packing and I'm learning a lot. I went a little sticker crazy. I ordered this little sticker book from Moo and I really like how that looks. This was supposed to go at the back of my art prints, but I'm gonna use it on the outside box for now. So I just packed up the few orders that I got in today. I'm so used to watching studio vlogs where like Etsy shop owners will do a vlog of them packing all their orders, and it used to just amaze me. Loved watching that stuff. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Just know that you are literally supporting me in my dreams. It is Friday, 3 p.m. now. I'm going to take a break. Have a great weekend, everyone.